you're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them when you walk. I want you to do like this. Boom, 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 boom. You keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, I don't want to hold you up, so maybe we can meet up in person again and chop it up over some food or something like that.
Okay, it'd be my pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good luck with your fight, brother.
In a move that sent shockwaves through the boxing world, Mike Tyson himself showed up at Gervonta Tank Davis's camp ahead of the Jake Paul fight, and the energy in that gym instantly shifted from serious to straight up savage.
I think I do have more skills than Mike Tyson, as far as like, I mean, when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than like at a lower weight class always have more skills. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson for sure. It's just facts is facts. You know what I mean? I do feel as though I have more skills than Mike Tyson.
Imagine it, Iron Mike, the baddest man on the planet, standing ringside watching Tank hit the pads. Tyson's grin said it all. He saw a younger version of himself right there. The two shared the ring for some light training, and the sound of those punches hitting the mitts echoed like thunderclaps.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog, there's no doubt about it. He showed that. But he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
Tyson wasn't just there to smile for photos either. He was schooling Tank on that peekaboo pressure, head movement, and how to hurt a man with timing, not just power. You could see Tank soaking it all in, laser focused, like a student learning from the original master of destruction.
Yeah, I kind of lean towards Davis a little because of his style of fighting, and what makes him different than most fighters that I once did is when he punches, he catapults himself in the air. And normally in the air, you're out of position, you have no leverage. But for some reason, myself and Mr. Davis, our best point is when we're leaping in the air, like being catapulted to punch up.
When the cameras cut, Tyson leaned in and told him, don't just beat him, break his will. And with that, you could tell this isn't just another fight for Gervonta Davis. This is a legacy statement, and he's walking into that ring with Iron Mike's ghost in his gloves. Man, talk about energy shifts. We just went from Mike Tyson passing down ancient knockout wisdom to Tank Davis straight into Lamont Roach Jr. absolutely snapping on everyone who thinks he's still hung up on Tank. And honestly, I get it. Dude's not crying over spilled milk. He's pointing out that the milk was stolen, relabeled, and sold on Netflix.
We had a rematch clause, right? We had a rematch clause. If I'm declared the winner or if the bout was declared a draw, he has the right to exercise an immediate rematch. Guess what he did 2 weeks later after the fight? Exercised his right to the rematch. His contract was signed both ends in June. So there's an official rematch. Undercard and everything. Like, that shit was supposed to happen.
Lamont came in hot like, y'all keep saying move on, but there's a signed contract, my brother. And the best part, he said it calm at first, but by mid-rant, you could feel that DMV energy bubbling up like, no, we're not letting this slide. I mean, imagine training for a rematch thinking you're about to collect your bag, and then waking up to see Tank fighting Jake Paul on Netflix. That's not just a plot twist, that's a season finale betrayal.
We have a contract, so it's not like this wasn't supposed to happen or whatever the case may be, and he just went and took the Jake route. We had a signed contract to fight. Like, he came out and disrespected me on social media, whatever the case may be. I don't know who the he think like I am or what. I'm not gonna go like that. So people saying that I've been dragging on them, talking shit and all that. If anybody noticed, I never talked shit about them.
And let's keep it real, Lamont had a point. You can't be out here exercising a rematch clause like it's a gym membership, then ghosting when it's time to show up. The man said handle business the right way, and I felt that in my taxes. Because he's not mad at the fight, he's mad at the disrespect. That's what separates real fighters from social media celebs. And that whole Jake's getting 200 million rumor, Lamont shot that down faster than Tank lands a counter left. He's out here doing math live, like, bro, where's the extra 150 million coming from, PayPal? You can't even argue. He's saying what half the boxing world's been thinking. Jake Paul might be bringing the circus, but somebody forgot to tell him this sport ain't a carnival ride.
No matter how many people buy the pay-per-view. So that's an extra 8 to 10 million. Where's the money disparity? If he's supposed to be making 40, 50 million, where's the big money disparity?
You don't think Jake Paul cuts a check?
Jake Paul gonna give him a check.
Yeah.
But do you think he gonna get the gate?
No.
No.
Alright, so after Roach lit into the business side, we swing over to Paulie and Coach Garcia, and yeah, the vibe changes from courtroom drama to ringside roast. I hear you, Florida said. Sure, we'll take the circus. And suddenly, Jake's bending over like he's checking your homework while the whole press conference plays out like a weird variety special. Paulie and Garcia call it what it is, a show masquerading as a fight. And I agree, the optics matter.
I'm telling you, it's just about the main one, the exhibition, which is what I'm calling it, because it's not a fight. It's an exhibition, it's a show, and more likely we're all going to watch because it's just part of the sport, part of boxing right now, part of what we're living already. We're already living it. It's something that's happening. We might get a call also, with one of our fighters, or we might get a call to be on the undercard, stuff like that. So we have to admit that. We just have to learn to live with it.
You can't slap exhibition on a headline and expect hardcore boxing to clap politely. We want fights that mean things. If you're thinking Netflix algorithms are the new sanctioning body, you're not wrong. They pick stars now, not merit, and that's why I'm watching this, not just for punches, but to see if Tank protects more than his bank account. He's got legacy on the line. Here's the hot take you didn't know you needed, straight from the chaos that Paulie Malignaggi and Robert Garcia were cooking up. These two didn't just sip tea, they spilled the whole pot. Paulie's grinning like he's watching a reality show meltdown, saying Jake's fighting the brand of boxing, not the sport.
Modern MMA fans are younger than boxing fans, right? So that's I guess that's why it goes that way, So I assume that's what Jake Paul's fan base is, a little bit younger as well. So I guess you have to sort of bring in this circus type of vibe. I mean, for Gervonta Davis, he looked like, I don't know, he looked a little confused or out of place,
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And he thought like
a professional at an amateur event. Kind of what am I doing here? Yeah.
I mean, again, he wants to get the money and whatever. I get it, but then, you subject yourself to this if you want.
And Garcia, he's nodding like a man who's seen too many hype trains crash on real punches. They're both spot on. This fight is a two-way cultural test. If Tank strolls in like it's easy money, he hands the narrative right back to the YouTubers. Boxing's best got paid to play safe. But if he goes old school, tight guard, body snatcher mode, and shuts Jake down like a Wi-Fi outage, it becomes a statement. Tank proves boxing still owns the spotlight, while Jake either earns respect or gets a brutal reminder that views don't save you from violence. Either way, Paulie and Garcia will be grinning because they saw this circus coming a mile away.
It's actually embarrassing just to see what Tank chose to do instead of doing what a real fighter should have done. Everybody seen what happened. Everybody seen that Roach deserved to be champion. He should have given him that rematch. That fight is the one that should be happening. There's no way. For me, it's embarrassing just to see that.
And right when Paulie and Garcia finished dropping truth bombs, boom, here come Adam Catterall and Gareth A. Davies like two professors giving boxing a reality check. Gareth called it a circus, and honestly, he's not wrong. But let's be real, it's the kind of circus where the ringmaster is printing money while purists cry in the stands. You've got Tank Davis, a pound-for-pound destroyer, stepping in against a YouTuber turned gladiator who's practically twice his size. Yeah, it sounds insane, but you can't lie, you'd still buy the pay-per-view, because this isn't about weight classes or belts anymore. It's about who runs the show when boxing meets the algorithm. Gareth's out here saying boxing's dead in America, and maybe he's half right, but if this is the funeral, Jake Paul just bought the coffin, Tank's bringing the fireworks, and we're all showing up with popcorn.
People are not watching boxing in the United States of America. That has left a hole that the broadcasters have looked to fill, and they've done this with influencer boxing, which brings a completely different audience to the game. Every promoter and broadcaster on this planet is to blame for this situation that we are finding ourselves in right now. They've opened the door to clowns, and now we've got ourselves a circus. It is a travesty.
Adam, you can feel he's torn, one part disgusted, one part entertained. It's like watching your favorite restaurant serve fries with a Michelin star steak. Wrong, but kind of amazing. I get where they're coming from though. We all grew up on greatness, Ali, Tyson, Pacquiao, and now we're watching a YouTuber trade punches with a world champion. But here's the twist, that's exactly why people tune in. It's chaos that works. You might call it a circus, but to the new generation it's the main event. And as long as Tank keeps detonating highlights and Jake keeps cashing in, this embarrassment might just be the best marketing boxing's had in years. Because like it or not, Jake Paul's making boxing loud again. He's turning casuals into fans, haters into viewers, and every old school critic into an unpaid promoter. In this era, controversy sells faster than championship belts, and Jake Paul knows how to cash every ounce of it.
When it's commercial,
of course,
as opposed to athletic and commercial.
Right. So why is
We've
a
got
lad
the best against the best in their prime?
So why is a
That's
lad off the
athletic.
Disney Channel the best commercial?
He's not a lad off the Disney Channel.
Come on, he
anymore.
is.
That's a long time ago.
Come on, he's a novice
long
boxer.
time ago.
He's a novice boxer. Would he
is
win
a-
a British title?
He-
He didn't beat Tommy Fury for crying out loud. How's he going to beat this guy?
He wouldn't win a British title.
Right
I
then.
do think he's a novice boxer. He's an area level fighter. That's what I agree with. That's why I thought it was disgusting, a disgrace, and dangerous, and it still is for him to step in against Anthony Joshua. I don't agree with it.
And there you have it. From Iron Mike passing down knockout scriptures to Tank, to Roach firing shots at the business side, to Paulie, Garcia, and the talkSPORT crew tearing open boxing's soul, this whole thing feels less like a build-up and more like a cinematic showdown. We're talking legacy versus legacy, fame versus fight, the purest puncher of his era against the loudest mouth of this generation. No matter what happens in that ring, one truth remains. Jake Paul might be the chaos, but Tank Davis is the consequence. Now I want to hear from you. Is this fight saving boxing or selling it out? Drop your thoughts below. Let's debate it like the boxing family we are. And yo, don't ever forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. The real fight starts in the comments. See you in the next one.